Right, so there's no face cam this week because I have a fever and I just look like shit and I'm really ill. Sorry. Wow, what a way to introduce a video. Hi guys, it's Ellie here, and today bringing you my week 7 match versus Slyro, the replacement coach for Richie, and he's taken over the Livwurmple FC. Gonna put up his team right now. Ignore the Empoleon. The week that we played, it was actually a Gliscor, so instead of Empoleon, there's a Gliscor there. So bear in mind, this is what I am bringing to this match. As you can see, he's got a Tapu Bulu, and I don't really deal with that, so I have to bring physically defensive Crobat. It's EV'd to take a banded Stone Edge, and then obviously it can just roost up and then U-turn out. Haze on there for fucking things like Swords Dance, Tapu Bulu, or Nasty Plot, Mismagius, things like that. And Taunt on there for the Gliscor. Obviously I'm using this basically as a pivot. It's going to be switching into things like Gliscor and Goodra and things like that as well, hence why the slight Spadef investment. But yeah, pretty much max HP, enough defense in there to take a banded Stone Edge, and then I threw the rest in Spadef to take hits from Goodra better. Next up we have a weakness policy Rock Polish Tyranitar, because it gets to set up on a lot of things, such as Slowbro, Gliscor, and Rotom if he's got like HP Grass or Fighting or whatever. Also, fucking Goodra with the Earthquake as well. Sorry, there's going to be a lot of that during this video. But yeah. It's mixed. Ice Beam at +2 with a minus nature. Oko is a specially defensive Gliscor, so I don't need any attack investment. I've got Low Kick on there for the Registeel, and Ice Beam obviously on there for the thing, and then Crunch for the Slowbro, and basically everything else. So yeah, this is going to be doing a lot of work this week if I manage to pull it off. Then I have a Clefable, which is fully specially defensive to deal with Tornadus T and Slowbro. I can't deal with those. Also Rotom H to take it on if it's not a Trick variant. Moonblast, Softball, Stealth Rock, and Ice Beam. I don't like Gliscor. Ice Beam is going to be on basically everything this week. And by Ice Beam I mean Ice Coverage. But basically fully specially defensive for his special attackers, because yeah, that makes sense. Then I've got a Conkeldurr with the Assault Vest. I've got enough speed on there to outspeed uninvested something which I don't remember, Registeel, which he dropped for Empoleon. So wait, no, I don't remember, but he dropped something for Empoleon. It may have been Gliscor, it may have been Registeel, I don't remember. I think it was Registeel, maybe I'm going mad, I don't know. But he definitely did have a Registeel when we played, so I swear to god I'm not going mad. Hence why this Conkeldurr had to be brought. Adamant, 252, Drain Punch, Knockoff, Ice Punch, and Mach Punch. Mach Punch on there for late game and to pick off things like Rotom H or whatever, or Taunty if he's taken a lot of prior damage. If for some reason he's not regenerated, but Assault Vest on there to also deal with the Rotom and the Slowbro to an extent, and also the Goodra. This is basically my Goodra check, kind of, not really, but yeah. Then we have an Ockerberry Extra Drill for the Rotom H. Also, if you wanted to bring Fire Blast on the Slowbro and predicted things and stuff, because I don't know. I mean, Scored still probably would have killed, but shut up, okay. Rock Slide, Earthquake, Iron Head, and Rapid Spin. I didn't need to be jolly because this thing, Jolly, this outspeeds Goodra, I think, by like 1 point, which is cool. I may be completely wrong there, but basically, yeah, I for some reason had Adamant and just put 252 in speed. I might have just been lazy when I was team building, that's probably the reason. But Rock Slide, Earthquake, Iron Head, and Rapid Spin. And then last but not least, we have a Choice Scarf Roserade with Technician, HB Ice, Spikes, Leaf Storm, and Sludge Bomb. This is basically my Kill Slowbro button. And cool Gliscor button, so that's good. And then Sludge Bomb on there for the Bulu, obviously, and then Spikes because he doesn't have any hazard removal outside of Gliscor. So I thought Spikes would really wear him down. And had I get up the opportunity to set them up, that'd be really good for the Reddistill if he does, so bring it. But yeah, so he ended up bringing... I don't actually have the Wi-Fi battle yet, like it hasn't been recorded yet. But from the top of my head, he ended up bringing Tapu Bulu, Slowbro, Gliscor, Goodra, Tornadus T, and I think Rotom-H? Yeah, it was Rotom-H. So pretty much what I expected him to bring. I didn't think I'd see the Mismagius because I have a Clefable that doesn't give a shit. And I didn't think I'd see the Reddistill because I have an Excadrill and a Conk, but just in case he wanted to bring it with like Choppleberry counter or Shuckleberry counter, I couldn't not bring Conk, basically. Fuck me. Sorry. But yeah, that's my team. And let's get into the battle. Woo! So, Sly's going to be issuing the challenge. I'm going to lead off my Clefable, and he is going to lead off with his Tornadus. This is a bit problematic for me, especially if he's got Sludge Wave, which he most definitely has, which is going to be less than ideal. So I'm basically just going to hard switch out into my Excadrill. I'm not risking it. I do have the Ockerberry if he does go for the Heat Wave predicting this. So I just have a relatively safe switch into the Excadrill as he does go straight from the Rock Slide, and then I'm going to double back out into Clefable, scouting whether or not he is Choice Scarfed or what kind of set he is, basically if he's Choice. It reveals he is not Choice, which is good, but he does go for the U-turn, which is less than ideal. So he is going to go and have the offensive pressure straight away, which is not great, as he goes into Tapu Bulu, and I don't really have much for this. He's going to set up the grassy terrain, and I'm thinking, well, it's a 50-50 here. He's either clicking Wood Hammer or Zen Headbutt, and like, he knows that I like to... He obviously just saw that I switched out my Clefable, so I think he's going to go for Zen Headbutt, so I'm just going to click Rocks and hope for the best. And hey presto, he goes for Zen Headbutt, so that's kind of cool. That does a fuck ton of damage, which basically confirms that he is a choice-banded Tapu Bulu. So Crobat, if it gets crit, is essentially fucking useless. So bear that in mind later on in the game. After Lefties and Grassy Terrain, we're going to be about halfway up, and I'm basically going to switch out here into Tyranitar because I can't take another Zen Headbutt, and he's going to predict this nicely and go out into his Tornadus. Now, he's obviously got a fighting move on this to hit the T-Cell. Now, I have, as you saw, the weakness policy set on this week, and I've already seen the U-turn. He knows that I like to run Choppleberry a lot, so I'm thinking he's either going to go for the Grass Knot or the U-turn here, both of which I can live with my investments, as he's not Life Orb. As you see, he does go for the U-turn here, and I do get off the clean Rock Polish straight away. So immediately after this weakness policy is sprung, I get +2/+2/+2, which is fucking incredible. At this point, Tyranitar sweeps his entire team, unless his Slowbro, which he brings in now, has a Colbur Berry. And yeah, so I'm thinking, I mean, I can kill this with a crunch and like 2 crunches, but if he burns me, I kind of can't kill the rest of his team. So I'm thinking, do I stay in here and go for the crunch and risk the burn, or do I, you know, because my weakness policy is up, or do I come back out and think, do stuff later? I decide to risk it, go for crunch, he pops his Colbur Berry, and at this point, my mum calls me, and at the moment, she's currently on a cruise, so I'm panicking, like, I'm very distracted because I'm trying to talk to my mum whilst this battle's happening, and he reveals the Trick Room. Bear in mind that I'm on the phone to my mum, like, halfway across the world right now, and I missed this completely. This turn basically was non-existent to me. I just clicked crunch because I'm preoccupied by the phone call. And I know he's clicking Scald here, that's fine. And I completely missed the fact that this Slowbro outspeeds me. So I'm thinking, oh cool, the Slowbro's dead because, you know, I'm looking at calcs and just kind of chatting on the phone. He does get the burn, which is very unfortunate. But Trick Room is up and my Rock Polish is basically nullified, which is a shame. So Crunch is going to take out the Slowbro, which is a fucking A. And here he's going to send in obviously something to avenge it. And as you can see on the team preview, he did bring the Gliscor, and so he brings it in. And because I was on the phone, and because I completely missed the fact that Trick Room was up, he goes for the Earthquake, outspeeding me, and kills me. And I'm just like, what the fuck just happened? And then like the little boxes that come up on the battle, crit totally didn't matter, by the way. The little boxes that come up during the Wi-Fi battle was like Trick Room, and I was like, oh, it all makes sense now. So I now go into Conkeldurr because Trick Room's up, and I get to click Ice Punch, and he doesn't have a single thing to switch into that. If he goes into Rotom Heat, he's going to take Rocks, Ice Punch, and then next turn I'm going to outspeed and go for Drain Punch and kill him. And if he stays in, I kill with an Ice Punch, which means he has nothing for Excadrill, which is fantastic. So he does opt to go into Rotom Heat. And as you can see, Trick Room is still up, and I do get to kill this with a Drain Punch, which is fan-dabby-dozy. Sorry. Because that is one less thing to deal with my Crobat, which is great. As you can see, the Twisted Dimensions return to normal there, and he is now safe to bring in his Tapu Bulu. And now he's going for the Wood Hammer, because I just don't have a switch into that. I have a Crobat in the back, but like, he might be going for Zen Headbutt, but I'm like, well, Crobat's not really doing much because, just because. So I'm going to opt to basically sack it here if he does go for the Zen Headbutt, but he goes for the Wood Hammer, which is great. And I'm going to get a crit, which doesn't matter because it was the Wood Hammer. In fact, it probably works out better for me because of all the recoil he took. But if you watched the beginning of this video without skipping through it, you know that my only attacking move is U-turn. So I am going to opt to go for that as he does bring in his Gliscor. I was thinking about doing the taunt, going for taunt, but I just thought it wasn't really worth it. I thought getting up the offensive pressure would be more important. So I go for the U-turn here, and I can't actually remember who I go back out into. I think it is my Conkeldurr. Yeah, because at this point he has 4 ice weaknesses left, and I can literally just spam Ice Punch and something will die. I'm really sorry, I've just come home from work, walked home in the rain for a fucking hour. That was lovely. And now we're here. So he's going to sack off his Tornadus, which was a questionable play, as I think that this probably could have won him the match under certain circumstances. But Torn is going to go down, which is lovely for me. Conk getting its second kill this match. Then again, he brings in the Tapu Bulu, and something dies here. I can't remember what I sack off. I do keep this around for the Gliscor on the Goodra, because this is my only thing to kill the Goodra, and he is going to go for the Zen Headbutt this time, as my Tyranitar is no longer dead. And by no longer dead, I mean 100% definitely dead. Good job me. As the Tyranitar is dead, he can just spam Zen Headbutt and something gets 2-hit KO'd, so that's cool. Now I go into my Roserade because that's the thing that does stuff. And he has especially defensive Goodra. I knew this was coming in, but I couldn't risk him, you know, predicting me to him going to Goodra and doubling out and something else. So I had to click HV Ice because I do have switches into this. I knew it was coming in, I should have just doubled out to Conk here, but I just do go for the safe HV Ice, and as you can see that does fucking nothing, despite it being Technician boosted. So Goodra basically gets a free Fire Blast off here, or a free Draco. But as I say, Conk doesn't really give a shit about this incoming attack from the Goodra, so I'm just going to go straight out into it. I couldn't risk going into the Fable in case he did have the Sludge Wave. Sorry. And here is the Conk, as he's going to go for Flamethrower. If he burned me here, that would have been really annoying, because I'm not actually Guts this week, I am Iron Fist. He doesn't get the burn, which is great. And I debated whether to go for Drain Punch here or Ice Punch, and I thought, well, Ice Punch is just going to kill it. Drain Punch is only going to give me a little bit of health, and he's just going to go straight back out into Tapu Bulu, which is going to kill me anyway. So I'm just going to click Ice Punch, get rid of this thing outright, and then Roserade can win me the game. So Conk is going to go for its 3rd kill this game. Jesus Christ, Conk, calm down, bro. I'm going to take out the Goodra, and now he goes into his Tapu Bulu. At this point, Conk's done great work. I think I sack it here, either that or I sack something else. I can't quite remember. Yeah, I leave it into die, as I don't think I could have taken an Earthquake at that range from a Gliscor if it was attack invested. So it's going to go down, and now I go into my Excadrill for some reason. I could have gone into Roserade here, but I think it was just slightly out of range of an HP Ice. So I double out into my Clefable here, thinking, oh, he's just going to go into, he's going to double out into Gliscor here, and he doesn't. So that's cool. I guess that was just me over-predicting at the end. We live on 1 because Clefable's a fucking beast. But this is all irrelevant. I'm going to go straight back out into my Excadrill in a moment to save Clefable for later, for fodder. When his Gliscor does eventually come in, we can use that as a pivot and then go into Roserade. So I'm going to go straight back out into Excadrill, knowing he has choiced. And that an Iron Head will absolutely 100% kill this thing because he is not defense invested, which is bueno. I need to get some fucking water or something, Jesus. Gonna get a little bit back from grassy terrain, which is, you know, irrelevant. And this time I am just gonna click Iron Head. In hindsight, I definitely should have just gone into Roserade straight away and clicked fucking Sludge Bomb, but never mind. It's gonna go down, and the only thing he has left at this point is Gliscor, which cannot take a 10 nation boosted HP Ice, even if it is specially defensive, which is bueno. I'm gonna sack off my Clefable here, as he's gonna go for the Earthquake. I could have hard switched into Roserade here for differential, but if he crit me or had something like Fire Fang or Ice Fang, then I would have lost the game, so it wasn't worth it. So there's Clefable dying, and then we go into Roserade as he gets some Poison Hill, which is cool. I'm going to yawn because I'm extremely tired and I need to sleep because I'm very ill, but never mind. Here is Ramona looking shiny and beautiful, and we're just going to go for the HP Ice because that's how we win games. Yay! Good job, Roserade! Next week we are going to... This was a 2-0 victory versus Sly. Next week we are going to be playing Jim of the Pineco Ramblers, so that should be fun. All links to stuff and things will be in the description, be sure to check them out. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry there's no fancy layout or anything like that. I'm so bloody ill, which I'm sure you guys can understand. Anyway, I'm going to go now, and yeah, I shall see you next week. Bye!